What's up, you fucking scumbags? Welcome to the recap video for week number 2 and the preview video for week number 3. I have to say, first and foremost, thank you so much to my guest this week, should I say, my guy coming live on location from bumfuck Texas, my boy, Mr. Rich Rivera. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Hello. Good to be here. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me on. I think I'm the first one this season. Hope to see many more on here.
Yes, I agree, sir. You have definitely been the pioneer this season. He can never be replaced, but you have replaced him this week. Okay, we're not gonna say his name because it doesn't deserve it. But listen, man, I really appreciate you coming on. And with that being said, we're going to get right into the
thick of things. Let's go. We're
going to start. I love it, bro. I love it. We're going to start with the recap for week number 2. And the first matchup we're going to talk about Hurts Donut against Chase Jam. Rich, tell me what happened in this matchup.
Well, let's see. For Hurts Donut, Jalen Hurts actually made everything hurt. Scored 33 points. All of a sudden, he's an NFL quarterback. I don't know what happened. I don't think he went for like 28 for 32, something great like that from a completion percentage standpoint.
Nasty.
So, congrats to Chris. Jalen Hurts might be the QB pickup of the year, especially in the round he got him in. And then we got Christian Kirk, 25 points, came out of nowhere, and he got Gerald Everett, who's been nothing but consistent. He's in a good offense, and he's kind of doing his thing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Gerald Everett was a pickup off the waiver wire, and he jammed him in right there. He's just looks like he's just going to stream tight ends. But I knew, Mike Williams had a good Thursday night and put 25 points. I know Chris was sweating a little bit, but as soon as Trey Lance went down, after in the first drive of the 49er game, I knew my week was fucked. I knew I had a lead on him going into Monday night, but I can't contain Jalen Hurts and Jefferson 7 points with that lead I had. I'm sure you can agree with that.
Yeah, and it's like this fucker takes a year off, quits the league, and then comes back and all of a sudden learns how to play fantasy football. Good for him. He's been getting better every year. Like when he first got into the league, it's like, he's okay, good, got to have him here, easy win. And then each year, Chris gets better and better and better. And man, he's a real contender this year.
Okay, well, pump your brakes right there, okay? We're 2 weeks in, okay? I'm going to stop you right there. We're going to move on to another surprise, okay? We're going to move on to probably one of the best name matchups. We have Taste My Garden against Olave Garden, okay? When Talisha against Biddle, Rich. And, I mean, what is going on with Talisha? What is happening with her team right now?
Talisha just finds a way to win, First of all, she gets... Diggs goes for like 1,000 points, so that's a great thing to be and have. And then somehow she also has Tyreek Hill that pops off for another 40. I think, has there ever been a history where you had 2 players that have scored that many points, on the same team?
That's something. That's incredible, man. I don't know.
She basically told Mike that he had a little breadstick, and, she wants better service.
Yeah.
And, she whooped that ass, man. Congrats to Alicia. Mike had to lay down, he had to take it, and she made him her bitch.
Yes, I will agree with you 100%, to go back on it. It looks like Talisha, cut off Mike with the unlimited soup and salad, unlimited breadsticks. She said you can't have any more. And, Mike didn't score 100 points. So, his team is really reeling right now. So, watch out for that. But Talisha with the high score of the week. Next up, we're going to talk about, another 2 great names in the league. The Pink Shirt Gladiator, which is yourself, Rich, against another great name, Ass ETN Season, which is Alex Smoke, man. I'm sure you're excited to talk about this matchup and how your team is developing.
Yeah, first and foremost, as far as Alex is concerned, he lost to me not once but twice, and I just want to kind of point that out. So I went 2-0, he went 0-2. Just like the Bears, I'm just like the Giants, so this is going good. Did the Bears win the first week? They might have, actually.
But they did win.
Okay. Well, the
They
biggest
beat
issue,
the Niners.
the biggest issue with Alex's team is that his number one scoring player was his defense. So
Yes.
if your defense is your number one scorer, you're gonna have a hard time that week. But Aaron Jones
I
popped
agree.
off. AJ Dillon took a sidestep. Cooper Kupp can't get a more consistent wide receiver right now. He still has that Stafford connection. And Kyler Murray kind of figured out how to play football towards the second half of the game. So all those things happen, that equals a 45-point victory, which was my margin in both leagues of victory. Just want to point that out there as well. But Alex, maybe next time, bro. We'll see what happens.
Oh wow, Rich is taking receipts over here. I love it. I love it, Alex. You better you're the second day trader compared to Rich. So
our
we
trade.
can see you making moves. Oh yes. Oh please discuss the trade, man. What happened?
So, me and Eric wanted to, me and Mook wanted to swap, sandwich lunch. It's kind of like at school. You want to trade your one bad snack for the next bad snack, but both are kind of shitty. And that's what we did, MVS has the opportunity to pop off with Mahomes, and but he already had one Hall of Fame quarterback and he couldn't cut it. So I figured, hey, if he can't cut it with Aaron Rodgers, what makes Mahomes any different? And I figured, my boy Tony, right? He's got a chance, So let's make that garbage trade and see what happens.
Now, Rich, you made this trade before or after your matchup with Alex?
After. To add insult to injury.
Okay.
Yes. After I beat him, I said, now
Okay.
give me a trade.
Oh, okay, okay. Just curious, what is your opinion on trading with your opponent during the same week? Are you for or against that at all?
It just depends if you're going to win that trade. If you're going to win it and you're going to hurt your opponent, go ahead and do it. If it might hinder you, do what I do and, do it on Sunday night. Monday night,
I love
whatever
it.
was.
I love it. Well, hey, Moke, we'll see who gets the other end of that stick. Moving along, we have USDA Meat Juice against King 68 the Great. I mean, Rich, are you a fan of these team names, or what are we saying about the two newest players of the league?
I like both names. I don't know if everybody likes both names, but Meat Juice sounds really dirty. I'm not quite sure what Meat Juice is. That's open for interpretation. And Norm's name is good because it's like the pink shirt gladiator, right? Like it fits him. You King 68 the Great. The only thing is you get great at the end of your name and you played shitty. So that's the tough part. But
Yeah.
I can't talk too much shit about Norm because I've seen him mad, so we'll move forward.
Okay. Well, hey, since you were going to talk a lot about Norm, let's give some props to Jules' team.
Yep.
Nick Chubb came out, scored 3 touchdowns. Matt Stafford had a solid game. Crazy sneaky pick with Deontay Johnson. So, a lot of things had to go his way, and they went the right way for Jules to get his first victory. Being the newest member of the Scumbag League.
There you go. Congrats, Jewel. Win number 1.
Next up, we're gonna talk about the upset of the week. Rich, we had Peachy Court Bangers against Menage Tua, and wow, what a performance by Mike's quarterback, only to have nobody else on his team perform. Would you agree?
Yeah. I think the funniest thing is I never knew that's how we pronounced Mike's team name. I thought his shit was me, Najee, and Tua. So I had that whole thing wrong the entire time. And either way, I really liked his name. So whatever you said, I really didn't even hear because I was just tripping. I had his name wrong the whole time. So yeah, go ahead and run that back and let me know what you said.
Well, listen, I'm sure. I'm not sure. I can only almost 100% tell you that you've never been involved in a threesome. Okay, so if you know that
as well.
a menage a trois is French for a threesome.
I know what it is. I didn't put it together, bro. I didn't put it together. I couldn't figure. That read to me and Najee and Tua. So I was like, oh, it's Mike and his two homies. So that's what I thought. Which I guess it kind of is.
Well, it's only one homie showed up for Mike's team, and that was Tua, who decided to throw six touchdowns, and 2 of them went to a player on Jared's team.
Right. So that's only that's only 2 points per touchdown in reality.
Pretty much, exactly. But you asked if we had two players from the same team score over 40 points with Talisha's team.
I guess we did.
I guess that happened twice this week with Lamar Jackson and Jalen Waddle.
Those lucky bastards.
Yeah, and a sneaky pickup from Jared with Curtis Samuel, because he was definitely a waiver wire add-in.
And Mike with Mike Thomas, like people thought he was dead, and I think he has like 3 or 4 touchdowns already, and he's looking like he's the number 1 receiver. And Chris Olave, sorry Michael, is looking like a potential bust. I don't want to go that far yet, but he's not looking too strong at the moment. Drake London, looking a lot better.
Yeah, I would say that, but listen, I mean, if we're gonna dive a little bit deeper, Chris Olave had 14 targets in that game. It's just that his quarterback is Jameis Winston.
Bro,
so
that's like 14 more than Cole Kmet.
Yeah. Oh, you're stabbing at Bears now?
Yeah,
okay,
we got it.
So last but not least, we're gonna talk about the game of the week. We were really hoping for a stronger performance from both teams, but man, cooking up Rahman Connor against you can run, but you can't hide, bitch. Devin was a rematch from last year's Super Bowl. Rich, and tell me a little bit about what you saw.
Well, first of all, it's not you can run, you can't hide, bitch. It's you can run, you can't hide, bitch. It's bitch. So I just wanted to make sure we're pronouncing Devin's team name the proper way. Which I think bitch was one of the better names this year. And just cooking up ramen, he started to cook. We got Mon St. Brown went off. This guy, he's super little out there going around getting 1,000,000 catches, 1,000,000 touchdowns, and the bigger scare though for Mr. Connor is Herbert, right? Got cracked ribs, he couldn't run, he was in pain, so he won this game. But, what's Connor's future look like, and can Kirk Cousins cut it? And as we both saw, Josh, he can't cut it. So we'll see how that works out for him.
It pains me to say you are correct that Kirk Cousins cannot play on Monday night or in any time, prime time.
And then Josh Allen.
But the fact remains... Yeah, Josh Allen showed up, but the fact remains that Kirk Cousins plays the Lions on Sunday at 10 a.m. So Kirk Cousins will show up and I'm sure show out. But yeah, what were you saying about Josh Allen?
No, just Josh Allen goes off. He's one of his staples. Jonathan Taylor though is what really kind of screwed over Devin. He decided to stay asleep, not show up. He only got 7 points for him. Then he has Josh Jacobs. He also can't produce on a high level. He's got a super low floor, and he's got even a lower ceiling in my opinion. So some people need to start making some trades. The phone lines are open, boys. Call me.
I see what you're hinting.
Yeah, we're doing plugs. We're doing plugs.
You heard it. Rich is looking for trades. He's a day trader. He's looking to throw you any shit that sticks to the wall. But that wraps up the recap for week number 2. We're going to spin it around, bring it back to the preview for week number 3. And as I mention every fucking year, you guys need to take this shit and really hold on to the fantasy and NFL season, because before you know it, we're going to be in week 17 and the season's going to be over. So really, really take advantage and have fun. Make the trades. Talk this shit. No one's taking it personal unless your name is Chris. And really have fun out there and really do what you can. And come on the video. Be like Rich. You don't have to be in Texas from doing it. He gets a lot of credit because he's out of state. But, man, let's meet up. Have a beer. Whatever you want to do. We'll make a video. Have some fun. But we're going to get right into the matchup number 1. We're going to come in with Olave Garden, Mike Biddle against Alex Molk and Ask ETN Season. Tell me, Rich, what is your prediction for this game?
Well, first of all, I think both these teams are going to be hungry. Hungry for a win, and, Mike's hungry too. Mike's hungry for the tour of Italy, and Alex is hungry to eat some dingleberries. And, so both those guys have an appetite.
Okay.
Let's see here. But when doing the predictions, I think I was giving this one to Molk. I think Molk has the stronger team. Mike's got some holes right now, so Mike's got Mike Evans on a suspension, right? So he's not going to play. And when you look at Mike's team, he has 2 studs, right? He's got McCaffrey and he's got Kelsey. But Molk has three studs, right? He's got Eckler, Barkley, and A.J. Brown. And he's got Bateman, who's been on fire. He's got Moore from the Jets, who they throw a million times a game. So I think that his team has more possibilities to go ahead and beat Mike Biddle. And, for the week, I think Molk gets a win this week.
All right. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think Molk beats Biddle on that one. Next up, we're going to talk about your matchup, Menage Tua against the pink shirt gladiator. Rich, are you going to pick yourself on this one, you narcissistic fuck?
Well, first of all, your bitch ass never picks me. So I want to know first who you're going to pick and why, and then I'll let you know what the fuck I think.
I like what you did right there, sir. Of course, this is the week that I'm going to pick you, Rich, because your team is finally coming along, okay? And I really think that there's no way that Tua repeats the performance that he had last week. He is going against a tough Bills matchup, and your team is really hitting all cylinders. Favorable matchup with Cooper Kupp. Favorable matchup for the Arizona Cardinals. I think Aaron Jones is going to have a tough game against the Bucks, but ultimately, tomorrow night we got Najee Harris playing the Browns, and we'll see if Javonte Williams can get going. But yeah, I'm definitely going to lean towards your team with this matchup.
Man, that's my first favorite analysis you ever said. I think it's the first time you've ever given me a win. Every time it's Angel saying Rich and you saying the other motherfucker. That's how you always roll. Now, I picked me as well, Mike, and I'm sorry, Mike. Mike, we got a long copping, right, Mike? We're the big bodies, we're the heavyweights. We're two men who do not like wicker chairs. But we're scared of that shit, right? And I think what's even more scary, right, is some of Mike's players. Mike has some holes, right? He usually brings the power. He's got a consistent lineup. He's one of the heavyweights of the league. But you look at he's got bum shoulder Jerry Jeudy, right? That's in the starting lineup. Then he's got Pickens, who I don't know what he's picking, but he ain't picking catches, okay? He ain't doing shit. And then you got Juju. Juju's playing, and Juju's not even part of this offense. I mean, I don't even know how he's starting Juju. I think it's because he has to, and that's kind of a bad situation to be in. So I'm going to go ahead and go with myself for this victory. And, Big Mike, big dog to big dog, good luck, homie, but I think I'm going to win.
Yeah, I think Big Mike had one of the most interesting drafts, waiting all that time to take Tua, and it's not looking too good based off of his strategy. But moving on, we're going to go next with Peachy Court Bangers against, you go ahead. How do you pronounce Devin's name?
You can run, but you can't hide. Bitch.
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 Bitch. All right, well, hey, this looks like it should be a high-scoring, close matchup. Rich, tell me, what side are you leaning towards?
This was a tough one to pick, actually. These are two very good teams. I think this is probably one of the more exciting matchups for the week, in my opinion. But when we're looking at this and we're analyzing it, I think I was going with Devin over Jared, which is hard because that's my Giants dog, and we got that camaraderie, and I'm saying Devin's my dude too, but Jared's my dude, and he's a Giants fan, so I should be leaning his way, but I like Devin's team better. He's got Josh Allen. I think Taylor's gonna bounce back. And I'm just really scared about some of Jared's players. I don't really believe in Miles Sanders. Garrett Wilson had a good game, but can he come back? And I think I actually picked Jared. Now I don't know who I picked. Dude, I text you. Who did I pick on this? I don't even know.
Listen. I'm glad you picked Rich. I'm glad you picked Devin on this, because I'm going the exact opposite way, man. I love Jared's team. I think Lamar Jackson has a big game. Kamara comes back. Miles Sanders is a steal. He has the best offensive line. CeeDee Lamb, of course, is a question mark. But Jalen Waddle, Curtis Samuel, I love Jared's team. And if you don't, you're an idiot.
No, I agree with you. I just messed that up, bro. I thought I picked Devin, and I forgot my notes, so I was just trying to wing it, And then I went to the right to Jared's team, and I was like, oh, man, his is a lot better. So there's too many Cruz lights, and, we're going to move forward. It's okay.
Rookie mistake. It's not your fault. It happens to everybody.
On to the next one.
But next up, Yeah, next up, we're going to go with my matchup. We're going with Chase Jam against USDA Meat Juice.
Ooh, the homie
Rich,
bowl.
is there any chance I can get my first victory this week?
Well, first of all, Meat Juice is kind of like Biddle. He does this weird thing where like he doesn't put his starters in for some fucked up reason, like trying to make it hard on us. Like we can't figure it out. So Meat Juice is going to have about 22 more points added onto his roster, right? When the projections are done.
Yeah.
He has no choice but to start Devontae Smith, and he has to start Jeff Wilson, right? But he's acting like he doesn't know what to do. But we all know what he's going to do. Now, with that being said, I think that, you do get your first win. I like Jared Goff's matchup this week. I think he's going to do really good. Yeah, Mixon was very solid. And, I like that you got Cam Akers, bro. Mike Biddle overreacted, right? He had a good running back. He panicked. He dropped him.
Talisha.
Talisha dropped Cam Akers?
Yes.
Well, that's expected. So we'll move forward. Mike Williams is a beast, bro, and I really like the receivers. So the reason why I like your team over his is that your receivers going to have a high floor, and they also have more ceiling upside. Now, Meat Juice is going to be very RB dominant, but I think the floor or the ceiling is limited, and that's going to prevent him from ultimately getting the dub from you, and you're going to win.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to pick myself too, and you see me talking mad shit to Jewel in the chat, and listen, I've been in two other leagues with Jewel, 2 other seasons, and I have yet to beat him in fantasy for whatever reason. But this is the fucking league. This is the matchup. This is the week that I finally whoop his ass and get that monkey off my back and get my first victory in the Scumbag League. So it feels good.
Yep. So Jewel, you are his bitch, basically. He made you his bitch. Is what you just said
Exactly.
live on Scumbag TV. All right, cool. Good job, Jewel.
Exactly.
I like it.
All right. Next up, we're gonna go with the upset of the week. We're gonna go with King 6'8" the Great is gonna upset Taste My. What was the name we made for her, Rich?
Well, I was thinking, his name is King, right? So I'm like, she'll be the queen. I'm like, queen what? Maybe like Queen Laquifa? What do you think her name could be? You got a name for her?
Yeah, I'm thinking Queen 6 to the 9, Laquifa. What do you think, bro?
I like it. She's queefing and snitching at the same time. So this is perfect.
I love it. So listen, man, there are a lot of signs this week that say that Norm can pull the upset and beat Talisha. I know you're not 100% confident about it, but I'm telling you, with fantasy football, anything is possible. Rich, come on, give me some bright spots.
Well, first of all, when playing Talisha, anything is possible. As in,
exactly,
she can not do the right thing, or she can also not do the right thing and win. Or, I don't know. Like her current roster, her current lineup, I think is all bad. I hope she's going to change it. I'm not too confident she's going to change it after she dropped Cam Akers. So, I don't really know what's going to happen. And I think with some mishaps and some, inaccurate thought process, I think that Norm can get the edge over here on, if Talisha continues to not set the right roster.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. So this is our chance for Norm to really make a statement and come out of nowhere and beat Talisha. But Rich, we're gonna finish with the last game of the week. This is the game of the week. We got Cooking Up Rahman again against the number 1 team in the league. Hurts, don't it,
man.
Rich? If you had to choose who wins this game, this is going to be a blockbuster. I'm hoping it comes down to the wire. Tell me, who wins this matchup?
This is a hard one for me because my heart doesn't want to pick what my mind is telling me who's going to win, And I'm a little nervous about Herbert's ribs. Okay. I just think Chris has the firepower. I think Chris is going to take this. He's got Hurts, he's got Fournette, he's got Hunt, he's the second running back on the team, but he's the RB10 for the year. He's got Jefferson, who can go ahead and score 40 points anytime. And he's got Pity City, bro. And, when you got Pittman, Matt Ryan likes to lock in on one receiver. right? And that's going to be Michael Pittman Jr. this year. And they really struggled without him last week. And I think this week's going to be a bounce back week. He's going to get solid productivity out of his tight end. And the motherfucker's so solid on his team, bro. It's like, it sucks, you know? And Connor's got a great team too. But, you know, I think this is, you know, Chris for president. I think Chris is the favorite this year. You know, I'm going to call it in week 3 or week 2, whatever week we're in. Wow. I like his squad, and it's going to be hard. I'm hoping for many injuries to come, okay? I don't give a fuck. Injure everybody, baby. I need Pollard to get injured so Zeke can do something. You know, I'm praying for injuries over here. There is no humbleness in this guy.
Wow. Wow, Rich. I couldn't agree with you more. Chris's team is loaded from top to bottom. If Amon-Ra St. Brown doesn't go off for McCoy, I think it's slim pickings. And you said it right. Chris is getting Michael Pittman back. Kareem Hunt's having a great year. Leonard Fournette, with no receivers healthy, is going to eat against that Green Bay defense. I think Chris runs away with this, but I do feel like it's going to be closer than expected.
He should only win half the money because he quit last year. Like, we should take the other half and we should all go to the bar or something. Like, there should be some sort of, like, consolation prize that we get, you know.
We should take the other half and roll it over to the next season,
like
right?
that.
What about
Right.
that?
Yep.
That'd be like a big fat bonus at the end. But
know?
yeah, we'll pay everybody's tab for next year's draft, huh?
Buy my plane ticket, bitch.
There you go. Yeah, we're gonna need that plane ticket. But with that being said, I want to say thank you again, Rich, for coming on, being my guest this weekend. Any final remarks you want to give the Scumbags before we sign off?
Phone line's open, boys. Hit me up. We gotta make some moves, okay? I got some players we gotta trade. You got some players you need on your team. Let's help each other out. Give me a call.
You heard it here first. Rich is going to give everything and anything to get Zeke off his team, so don't do it, okay?
I was like, can I trade Zeke to Connor for Pollard? Like, you think he'll fall for it?
Come on, man. This has been the most intense draft we ever had. Everybody is on it, bro. Fucking Molt picked up Jameson Williams, who might not be ready until week 10. Just so you know how serious this league is. But with that being said, I want to say thank you again to my guest, Rich, this weekend. This video is going to be damn near 30 minutes long, but it is every single second is worth it. We want to say good luck to everybody. Don't forget to set your lineup, Talisha, and fuck every other scumbag. We'll see you guys next week.